Hi everybody, we will be starting very soon. Okay, so today we will start off with P5 Math. Let's wait a few more minutes for more of you to join in first. Hi Cheyenne, thanks for joining. YZLX, hello. Sing Long, hello. Okay, I'll just wait 1 or 2 more minutes. Oh, okay, I'll call you Yuki. Charm 13 today will be math and science. Okay, so we will start off with P5 math, then P6 math, then P6 science. So we have a 3-hour session today. Yuki, yes, there is Kahoot. There's Kahoot for P5 math. So that means that within the first 1 hour, we will have Kahoot already. So Kahoot, I think estimated would be around 5:45, around there. Okay, shall we begin? I hope you guys have done the worksheet already. Did you all do the worksheet? Okay, CW said yes, is it? Yuki printed it out. Alright, that's good. Okay, so we'll be doing semester 2 practice for P5 math. Let's look at our first MCQ. Very simple. What is the value of digit 5 in 328,500? So let me know your answers in the chat. What are the answers? First question, very simple. Don't need any calculation at all. Okay, so CW, Pei Fong, Cheyenne, Yuki. Yeah, okay, all correct. So your digit 5 is in the hundreds place. So this will be 500 and this is option 3. Very easy. So you guys can look at the second question. What is the answer for question 2? This one you need to do a bit of calculation. What is the value of 103 times 7,000? Okay, so Yuki, Cheyenne, Pei Feng, you guys have the same answer. CW, okay. Another 10 seconds for whoever wants to send in the answer. Anyone else want to send in your answer? Okay, so yep, you guys got it right. This one you can actually use 103 and then the 7,000 you can split it up. So I'm going to split it into 7 times 1,000. So we will use 103 times 7 first. That will be 721. After that, then you times 1,000. So because 1,000 has 3 zeros, so all you need to do is to put 3 zeros behind, and then this becomes 721,000. So this is option 1. Okay, so a very simple question. Everybody got it correct, which is great. Feel free to share with your friends that there will be Kahoot today. Okay, around 5:45 for whoever wants to join the Kahoot. Any questions for number 1 and 2? If not, I'm gonna move on to question 3. Okay, so the tree master poop. Your mom gave you the wrong worksheet. Is it? This is P5. Maybe she gave you the P6 one. I'm not sure, but you can check. Currently, we're doing P5. Okay, shall we look at question 3? What are your answers for question 3? You are asked to change this fraction into a decimal. Adura, sorry, I can't explain question 1 again. We have to move on. Yeah, because timing is quite tight. Hmm. Okay. CW, are you sure is option 4? Okay. Rosdaya, you wanna you want me to make it bigger, is it? Okay, I can make it slightly bigger. Yep. Okay, so the rest of you who have sent in your answers, yeah, I think most of you are correct. Let's go through this. So when you want to change a fraction into a decimal, make sure that the denominator is either 10, 100 or 1000. So in this case, I'm going to change it to 100 by multiplying by 4. Okay, so after you multiply by 4, you will get 16 over 100. Then you can see how many zeros there are. You have 2 zeros, which means that your answer is going to be changed into 2 decimal places. Okay, so this one, 2 zeros. So you have 0.16, 2 decimal places. This is option 2 as your answer. Yep, okay, so most of you got it right, which is great. So the number of zeros will be the number of decimal places when you convert it into a decimal. Shall we move on to question 4? Does anyone need question 3? No? Okay. Let's move on. Okay, you're asking for my name, is it? I'm teacher Felicia. Yeah, so I do all the primary math TikTok lives. Okay, so question 4, you're asked to multiply this fraction with a whole number. So what is the value of 3 over 8 times 64? Let me know your answers in the chat. Okay, I think most of you are correct. Another 10 seconds to send in your answers. Okay. Yep, so I think most of you have already sent in your answers. Your answers are correct. So this one, 3 over 8 times 64, you can either cross cancel. So if you use cross cancel, you're going to cross cancel 8 and 64. So both of these numbers you divide by 8, you will have 1 and 8. So then you're left with 3 times 8, so that gives you 24. So this is using the cross cancellation method. You can also use units, okay? So I know some of you prefer using units. If you use units, it will be 8 units equals to 64. 1 unit equals to 8, and then you will find 3 units, so that's how you get the same answer, 24. Both methods are correct, so up to you, which one you prefer. Okay, so another fairly simple question. I think next question is a little bit more difficult. You require more steps to solve the next question. Okay, so if nobody needs this, let me move on. All right, you guys can try question 5. Let's see your answers in the chat. Okay, this question, if you do it on the spot, it will take you some time. So those of you who are sending in the answers, I assume it's because you already did the worksheet beforehand, right? Should be. Okay, those of you who are sending in your answers, try not to send in multiple times because TikTok might think that it's spam and then later you cannot comment. So TikTok might block your comments if you send in too many times. Yeah. Okay, so I think actually not bad. Most of you did get it correct. Shall we look at this? Debbie bought 5 kg of flour. She used a quarter of it to bake a cake. She used some flour to bake cookies. And she had 1/3 kg of flour left. So how much flour did she use for the cookies? Okay, so now for this question, the common mistake is thinking that a quarter means a quarter kg. Okay, so a quarter is not the same as a quarter kg. A quarter is a fraction, but a quarter kg is a quantity. Okay, so in this case, it is actually not a 1/4 kg. In this case, 1/4 actually means divide by 4. Okay, so you have to divide by 4. You're going to use 5 kg divide by 4, you will get 5/4 kg. So this is actually what she used for the cake. Alright, so that is the common mistake. Please do not make the same common mistake. So after that, you can take 5/4 kg, then you plus the flour that she had left. This one you are going to add it, but you need to make the denominator the same first, right? Your denominator is going to be 12. You can times 3 and also times 4. So you will get 19/12 kg and you change it to a mixed number. So this is 1 whole, 7/12 kg. After that, you just need one more step for the cookies. So you know that at first there is 5 kg. You're going to use 5 kg minus that. And then you'll get the cookies. So your 5 kg, split it into 4 whole, 12/12. This is known as regrouping. And then you can minus. Okay, so use 4 whole minus 1 whole, you get 3 whole. Then you are going to minus the fraction. 12/12 minus 7/12, you get 5/12. So that's how you get option 4 as the answer. Yeah, most of you did get option 4, which is good. Okay, so this question, you do require quite a few steps and calculations. So I'm going to leave it here for a while for whoever needs to copy corrections. But those of you who got it correct, good job. Okay, Yuki, you wrote option 1, is it? So you might have gotten option 1 if you did the common mistake. Yeah. So if you use 5 kg minus 1/4 kg minus 1/3 kg, you could have gotten option 1. Yeah. Can I check, does anyone still need this question? If not, we can move on to section B. We are done with our MCQs. Anybody is still copying? Okay, so seems like you guys are done. We can move on to section B. So our first section B question is find the value of 42,000 divided by 30. This is fairly simple. Okay, I think you can solve it on the spot. Okay, let me see your answers in the chat. Oh, hello home. Are you sure the answer is that? Oh, okay, by the way, maybe some of you cannot see. Is it too small? This is actually a division sign. It is not addition. It's division. Yeah, so in case some of you thought it was addition. Ah, Marian, good to see you. Hi, Asher. Okay, so I'm seeing mostly correct answers. I think I can go through this. So when you want to divide this, you can cancel the 0 first. Cancel 1 0 from each number. So you are left with 4,200 divided by 3. So you just need to do a long division and then you will get 1,400 as the answer. So make sure to cancel your zeros first before you divide. Asher, I'm not sure how come you didn't get notification from TikTok. I'm not too sure. Okay, so good job everybody who got it right. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, let me see. We have a question. Is this P5? Yes, this is a P5 question. Okay, then for question 7, we have a 4 order of operations sort of question. So this is a new concept you learned in P5 at the start of the year. Let's see your answers for this. Okay, for this one, I'm seeing many different answers. So I will give you guys some time to send it in the chat. Hmm. Okay, I'm not sure whether you guys are just copying each other's answer because I'm seeing a lot of 34 as the answer. But it's not 34. It's not 34, okay? Those of you who are just copying each other's answer. Okay, last 5 seconds. If you want to change your answer. Oh, okay, okay. Some of you say you actually do the worksheet, you never copy the answer. Okay. So if you didn't copy the answer, then it might be a careless mistake. Right, let's go through and then we will see which of you got it right. So for your 4 order of operations question, you know you have to follow your acronym BODMAS, right? You should have learned this in school. We're going to start with B for bracket. So within your bracket, you have, let me see, you have 5 minus 1 times 2. So if you have a minus and a times, your times is higher priority. You need to do your times first. Okay, so you're going to do 1 times 2, which is actually 2. So within the bracket, you will still have 5 minus 2. So at this point, you cannot remove the bracket yet because you are not done with all the calculations inside the bracket yet. Okay, so some of you ask what is BODMAS? B stands for bracket, D and M stands for divide and multiply, A and S stands for plus and minus. Yeah, so that's what BODMAS stands for. You should have learned it in school. Yeah. Okay, so after that, you still need to continue working on your bracket. So within the bracket, you have 5 minus 2, which is 3. And then now you can remove the bracket. So let's see what we're left with. You're left with a plus, times, and a divide. So plus is lower priority. You need to do your times and divide first. Okay, so you can do the times. That will be 6 times 8, which is 48. So again, the plus is a lower priority. You should do your division next. So that is 48 divided by 3, which is 16. And finally, you're left with your addition. So 28 plus 16 will give you 44. Okay, so those of you who told me 34, it's either a careless mistake or maybe you're just copying somebody else's answer. Okay, but I did see some of you say 44 as the answer. Yeah, so 44 is correct. Some of you, your schools don't teach you BODMAS. You might use other acronyms. That is okay, as long as it means the same thing. Yes, Yuki, addition and subtraction, you do it the last. Okay, so some of you ask how come I never pronounce your username. It's because your username is um a bit funny, right? So yeah, some of you have funny usernames. That's why I find it weird to pronounce it. Okay, okay. So some of you, if you actually minus first instead of times, that's how you end up with 34. Okay, it's possible. Any other questions for this one? Okay, so some of you didn't create your account by yourself. Somebody else created the account for you. Yeah, so that's why you have weird usernames. It's fine, it's fine. I'm not judging you. All right, next question is fairly simple. You don't need to calculate anything. Just look for the height in this triangle. So you can let me know your answer. Okay. Avi Sana, is it? All right, all right. I will try to remember that as your username. Hmm. Okay, so looking at the chat box, I see two different answers. Okay, three different answers. All right, let's go through this. For this triangle, they told you that the base they are looking for is BC, so you're asked to find the height. So remember that between the base and the height of a triangle, there has to be a right angle, correct? So the right angle that is connected to the base is actually this right angle that I have highlighted in yellow. Okay, so you're actually looking at the yellow color right angle. So the line that you should be using is the blue color line, which is line AD. Okay, so AD or DA, both are acceptable. Yeah. Some of you say BE is the answer, but BE is not the height in this question. Okay, so if you want BE to be the height, that means that your base is actually AC. Okay, so this is another possible answer. However, because this question, they already told you what they want the base to be, so therefore you cannot use this other combination. So you have to read the question carefully. Okay, so some of you gave me the answer BE, I think because you didn't read the question. You might have missed out that they stated the base is BC. Yeah. will it minus mark? I mean, if you didn't put AD or DA as your answer, then of course you won't get a mark for this. Okay, so Sigma says your foundation math, is it? Oh, okay, so foundation math, the syllabus is slightly different. Yeah, so some of the questions that we go through might not be applicable to you. User 745, you want to see question 7, is it? Question 7 was 44 just now. Okay, user 745, I can't show you question 1 to 7 because you joined in late, right? Yeah, so we need to move on. If not, we cannot finish the questions. Okay? Okay, so when is P6 math? P6 math will be at 6 o'clock. Now we're doing P5 math. Alright, so we have another triangles question. Find the area of the shaded triangle. You can let me know your answer. Yeah, so those of you who are P6s, you can come back at 6 o'clock. Okay, so please send in your answers. This one you can solve it in one step, so I wouldn't say it's difficult. You just need to find the correct base and the height of this triangle. That's all. And then you apply the formula. Okay, so rifles, what's the formula for area of a triangle? You're asking me, is it? Okay, so Arisana, you are P6, but your mom forced you to watch the P5 one. I think that's okay because P5 and P6 math is uh not that far off. Okay, so I mean you can treat it as revision also. That's all right. Yeah, so all these questions is it actually acts as revision even if you're P6. Yeah, okay, so Blur Gal, you're saying the formula for area of a triangle, right? Half times base times height. Okay, so you are answering Rifle's question. Yes, correct. Okay, so for this, we're going to use half times base times height. That is the correct formula to apply. And then you need to look for the base and the height of this triangle. So the base is always one side of the triangle, which is QT in this case. QT is the base. So then you are going to extend the base, okay, along TS. Okay, so over here, you extend the base. Extend the base until you see a right angle. Okay, so from the right angle, then you go upwards, that is your height. So your height is RS. So you have your base and you have the height. That will be half times 14 times 7. And then you just calculate this. So you can actually cross cancel for this question. 2 and 14 can cross cancel into 1 and 7. So then you just need to use 7 times 7 to get 49 as the answer. Yeah, so most of you did get this right, which is good. Okay, anyone still needs this question? Is anybody copying? User 745, how come you're rushing me? Are you rushing for the Kahoot? Let me see how many more questions we have. Let me see, 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 3 pages. 3 pages. Okay, so technically now is break time, right? You guys know, right? At the halfway mark, we have a break time. So now it's almost 5:30. So we will have a short break. Mm. Yeah, so we'll have a short break until 5:34. Okay, then we will continue with the questions. So after the break, we have about 3 pages, then we'll have our Kahoot. Okay, so whoever needs to use the restroom, feel free to go for your break now. Ah, okay, user 745. You want to see question 1 to 7. Okay, can. Because now it's break time, so I can show you. Okay, so this is question 1 to 3. Okay, tulip emoji, where do you get the worksheet, is it? The worksheet is in our link in bio. Our TikTok bio, we have a link there. Okay, you can click on the link and then you are able to download our worksheets from there. Okay, so user 745, I'm showing you question 4 and 5 now. Lemon, you're asking for question 1, is it? I just showed question 1 though. Question 1 was option 3. Marian, are you asking about BODMAS, is it? BODMAS is the acronym that you use for 4 order of operations sort of question, which is like question 7. Yeah. So your school might use a different name, okay, but I think most schools use BODMAS. Hmm? Tulip emoji, you cannot find the link for the worksheet, is it? It should be in our TikTok profile. It's not in our Instagram, it's on our TikTok profile. You can try searching for it again. Hello home, what do you mean how to get the coins? What coins are you referring to? Okay, we have 1 more minute before we start again. Okay, the top viewers coin. I have no idea. If anybody knows, you can answer hello home. How do you get the coins for the top viewer? I am not sure. Okay, user 745 has provided some instructions on how to find our worksheet. Okay, thank you very much. Who asked the question just now? Oh, okay, the tulip emoji, right? That's how you find our worksheet. Okay, you can look at user 745's comment. Alright, shall we continue? It's 5:34. Break should have ended already. Okay, so question 10, the length of a rectangle is 4 whole 1 over 6 meter. The breadth of the rectangle is 1 meter less than its length. Find the perimeter of this rectangle, and you have to give your answer in the simplest form. So for this, of course you have to find the breadth first, right? So the breadth is 1 meter less. So you can use 4 1 over 6 minus 1. You get 3 1 over 6. So that is the breadth. Okay, so once you have the breadth, then let's find the perimeter. The perimeter of a rectangle is made up of 2 lengths and 2 breadths. So I'm just going to add 2 length and 2 breadth together. So the length is 4 1 over 6. So you plus another 4 1 over 6. And then you're going to plus 2 of the breadth, which is 3 1 over 6 and 3 1 over 6. You can add up the whole number first. So for your whole number, you have 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3, which is 14. After that, then you add your fractions. So that is 1 6 plus 1 6 plus 1 6 plus 1 6, which is 4 over 6. You do need to simplify this by dividing by 2. Yeah, so I think most of you got the correct answer. Simplest form should be 14 2/3. Yeah. So guys, if you want to type fraction, you can use the slash, right? So you can type 2 slash 3. That means 2/3. Yeah. Everybody okay with this question? It should be still alright, not too difficult. Yeah, Asher is correct. Yeah, Asher, answer is correct. Okay, then we look at the next one. Find the area of the shaded triangle. So you need the base and the height of this triangle. Okay, so let me know your answers in the chat. Yeah, what is the base, what is the height of this triangle? Asher, you asked me what's my name, ah? Asher, haven't you been joining the live for so long already? You still don't know my name. I'm teacher Felicia. It's a Felicia. Yeah. Okay. Lemon, you said the base and the height is 4. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the rest of you are sending the final answer, right? Yeah. Okay. So I think you guys got it right. So over here, this is the base, which is 4, and then the height is actually in the middle, which I'm going to use a dotted line, and then I'm going to form the right angle here. Okay, so your height over here is 4. I'm not sure whether you guys can see. Maybe I zoom in a bit, okay? Here. So the base and the height of this triangle is 4 and 4. Apply your formula half times base times height. So this is half times 4 times 4. You can cross cancel the 2 and the 4. It becomes 1 and 2. So then you just need to use 2 times 4, which is 8. So the calculation is fairly simple. Yeah, I think most of you got it correct. 8 is the answer. So for today's paper, we have a lot of triangle questions because area of a triangle is a new topic that you learn in term 2. Okay, and in P5, this is a topic that a lot of schools focus on. So it will definitely come out in your exam. It will be quite a high weightage in your exam. Okay, area of triangle sort of question. Yuki, question 10. Question 10. Question 10, the answer was 14 2/3. Yeah. Yuki is a 14 2/3 for question 10. Alright, let's look at the next page. Here. Okay, so again, you see an area of triangle question. You have a rectangle here and you're supposed to find the area of the unshaded part. So how do you find the unshaded part? You are going to use the total area minus the shaded area. Then you can get the unshaded area. So let's find the total area first. Your total area is just a rectangle, isn't it? So area of a rectangle is length times breadth. So the length of the rectangle is 30 and the breadth of the triangle is 16. So 30 times 16. Yeah, that gives you 480 as the total area. And then after that, you are going to find the shaded area. So if you notice, the shaded area is actually a triangle. So you are able to find the area of this triangle by using the formula half times base times height. So what's the base, what's the height of this triangle? You do have a right angle at the corner. What is the base, what is the height of this triangle? Okay, so I think most of you are sending me the final answer. Okay, so user 745, you're saying that the base is 10, is it? Alright. Rifles, yes, base is 10. Correct. So how do you get 10? Because you use 30 minus 20, that's how you get 10. So you have the base, which is 10, and then the height is 16. So you just put it into the formula. That will be half times 10 times 16. And you should cross cancel this. So the 2 and the 10 can cross cancel. It becomes 1 and 5. So you're going to use 5 times 16 to get 80 as your shaded area. Okay, so then we have the last step to find the unshaded part. So remember that just now we said that the unshaded part is the total area minus the shaded area. So we're going to use 480 minus 80 to get 400 as the answer. So yep, that's your final answer. Okay, so you guys are very participative today. I see a lot of comments. Let me just scroll through your comments a bit. Yeah, so those of you who said 400, it is correct. Okay. The three master poop, you skip the triangle questions because you don't know how to do. So if you're P5, I would think you would have learned area of triangle in school by now. Yeah, so most of you should have learned area of triangle, yes? Maverick, how many more questions? I think 2 more questions only. Yeah. Yuki, is it true P5 no more ratio? Yes, it's correct. Those of you who are P5 this year, you no longer have to learn ratio and average. So likely these two topics have been shifted to P6. You will still eventually have to learn it, likely, just not this year. Alright, let's go through this. Next one. Eleanor had 5/6 meters of string. She used half of the string to tie presents and 1/4 meter to sew. So how much string does she have left? So for this question, there is a common mistake. Okay, so the common mistake is using 5/6 meters minus half minus 1/4 meters. This is not correct because you notice that half, there is no meters, right, for half. So half is a fraction, not a quantity. You can only minus if all of them have meters. Okay, so make sure you don't do this calculation. This is not correct. So instead, she used half of the string. The keyword of means multiply, and the string refers to 5, 6 meters. So what she used for the present is actually half times 5, 6 meters, which is actually 512 meters. Okay, so 512 meters is for the present. So I'm going to use 512 meter plus 1/4 meter to find out how much she used in total. So make your denominator the same. You'll get 812 meters, which is 4/6 meters. This is what she used. Okay, so remember that at first she had 5/6 meters. So now you know she used 4/6 meters. So you minus it away. Then you will have 1/6 meters left. So that's the answer. Many of you gave me 112 as the answer. That's not correct. It's 1/6. Okay. Let me shift it a bit. Can you guys see the common mistake part now? Pei Feng, can you see it now? Asher, yes, there is Kahoot. Once I finish the next question is your last question. Yeah, then we have Kahoot. Anybody still needs this? If not, I will move on. Okay, so seems like you guys are done. Let me move on. Okay, last one. We only have one problem sum today. Okay, so let's quickly finish it. So ABCD is a square of length 12 cm. BD is a straight line. GF is 2 cm. Okay, so I'm going to label first. GF in the diagram is 2 cm. I'm not sure whether you guys can see. Okay, then EF is 1/4 of BC. Find the area of the shaded part. So BC is 12 cm. So if you want to find EF, EF is 1/4 of 12 cm. The keyword of means times. So EF is 1/4 times 12 cm, which is 3 cm. Okay, so you can label in the diagram, EF is 3 cm. So how are you going to find the shaded part? You are going to find this blue color triangle, okay, and then you are going to minus the purple color triangle and also minus the green color triangle. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Blue color triangle minus purple minus green triangle, then you will get the shaded part. Alright, so let's find the blue color triangle first. The base and the height of the blue color triangle is 12 and 12. So that is half times 12 times 12, which is 72. Okay, so now let's find the purple color triangle. The base of the purple color triangle is 12 and the height is 3. So you use half times 12 times 3, you get 18 for the purple color triangle. Now for the green color triangle, the base is 12 and the height is 2. So half times 12 times 2 gives you 12. And then finally, let us minus it. So we're going to use the blue color triangle, which is 72. And then you minus the purple and you minus the green triangle. Okay, let me scroll up for you guys. So that's how you get the final answer, 42 as the answer. Yeah, Maverick, 42 is correct. Okay, so some of you are asking when will the next P5 session be? 2 weeks later, Wednesday. Okay, so it'll be 2 Wednesdays later. Next Wednesday. Alright, are you guys ready for Kahoot? Blur girl, how come you ask what? 2 weeks? Yeah, correct. Because next week is other subject, right? You will have English and science next week. So by the time it's math, that will be 2 weeks later. Because we have to rotate amongst the subjects, right? Okay, shall we switch screen over to Kahoot? Feel free to ask your friends to join. Okay, so the code is on the screen 9775504. Okay, so the code again is 9775504. Okay, so you just check by yourself, okay? Did your username appear on the screen? Okay, make sure um you are still connected, because sometimes you disconnect if the internet is not good. Okay, so check whether you are appearing on the screen. How come there's a Felicia also? One of you is called Felicia, is it? You have the same name as me. Okay, so the pin is 9775504. Can somebody type the pin in the chat, please? Some of you are asking for the pin, right? Okay, Michael, Marian, Yuki, thanks for that. User 745. I never knew you're called Cindy. Every time I will be just saying user 745. Okay, I'm just gonna wait 30 more seconds, okay? For whoever haven't joined in yet. Oh, there's 23 of you so far. Yeah, so the Kahoot is for P5. We're doing P5 math now, okay? P5 math. Okay, some of you are still joining. Oh, okay. You got it faster, huh? If not, everybody else is waiting. There's 27 of you so far. Okay. 28 of you. Okay, last 10 seconds, please. I cannot wait for you forever. Okay, last 5 seconds. Alright, let's begin. No more waiting. If you miss the Kahoot, okay, then You can join the next time one. Okay. 7 questions. We're doing the classic mode, all right? Ah, guys, only 9 of you got this correct. Eh? They are asking for place value, right? Place value is in terms of words. So those of you who chose 50,000, that is not correct. They are not asking for the value. They are asking for the place value, which has to be in terms of words. So many of you got tricked. Okay, this question is quite well done. Next. Jin, no, this is P5 math. Okay, this question is quite well done as well. Cross cancellation. Next. Last 5 seconds. Okay, last few questions. CW, if you want to go off the game, I don't think you can rejoin already, eh? Okay, this question is quite well done. Our second last question. Okay, last question. All right, this is a double point question. Last question. The tree master poop. You did this question just now. Yeah, so just now we found the shaded part. It was the same as just now, but now we're finding the unshaded part. So this is different. Okay, not too bad. 14 of you got it right. Let's see who's on the podium today. All right, we have Michael in third place. Blur Girl in second place. Is it Yuki? Who's in first place? Yuki in first place. All right, runners up, we have Callum and Lucas. Okay, so the winners of the Kahoot, please screenshot your results, okay? Screenshot it now, okay? Screenshot so that you can claim your prizes. Cindy, you got 7th, is it? 7th is not bad as well. Okay, so good job to the winners, and those of you who were very, very close, you can try again. I mean, we have Kahoot every week. Okay, so there's still many, many more chances for you to try. Don't worry. Rifles, yes, it's gonna be P6 math. Give me a moment. I need to show the Kahoot thingy. Wait, okay, right. So the 3 winners, you have the screenshot, right? You are supposed to DM the screenshot to us on TikTok. Okay, send it to our TikTok account. Okay, you can also message us, WhatsApp us at this phone number to claim your gift. Okay, so the gift usually is stationery, or sometimes it could be pop mart. It depends. It's random. Okay, the prizes are random. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this screenshot here just for a short while for the winners to send the screenshot. So we will mail the winners the prizes. Yep. Okay, so everybody give me a short while. Let me refill my water. Okay, I will be back. Okay, so see you guys in a few minutes, alright? Okay, hi everybody. We are going to start the session for P6 Math now. Are you guys ready? Okay, so P6 Math will be until around 6:55. Okay, then after that will be Science. Science will be at about 7 o'clock later. Okay, so those of you who are waiting for Science is at 7 o'clock. Science will be another teacher, Teacher Jody. Okay, shall we begin? I hope you guys did the worksheet already. So we'll start off with MCQ. Oh, CT Kitty, hello, good to see you. I still remember you. Okay, so answers in the chat, please. Which of the following is the same as 20,005 grams? This one you can do on the spot. You don't really need to calculate. Okay, CT Kitty, you were using a different account just now. Oh, okay. Oh, that was you. Okay, so some of you say option 3, some of you say option 2. Most of you say it's option 3. Okay, let's go through this. So from grams, you want to convert it into kg, right? You need to divide by 1000. Okay, so that means that you're going to move backwards by 3 steps. So 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and then you're supposed to put your decimal place. So this is 20.005. This is option 3. Yeah, so those of you who said option 3 is correct. I'm not sure how come so many of you say option 2. Just need to move backwards by 3 steps, okay? Because 1000 has 3 zeros. Okay, then for the next one, question 2 is asking you, what is the value of 3.5 divided by 500? Let me know your answers. Yuki, I think you gotta try again for this question. Fly, okay, you gotta try again as well. Okay, another 10 seconds to send in your answers. Okay, so most of you say it's 4. Let's see whether it's 4. For this question, you can split up your 500. So instead of dividing by 500, I can divide by 5 first, then I divide by 100. So you're going to use 3.5 divided by 5, that is 0.7. And then you use 0.7 divided by 100, which means that your decimal place is going to move 2 steps to the left. So you will get 0.007 as the answer. So this is number 4. Ah, okay, you did the opposite. You mean you went to the right instead of the left? Okay, so when you divide, you gotta go to the left, and then when you multiply, you go to the right. Jin, yes, for math, the life will end at 7. Okay, then 7 o'clock it will be science. P6 science. Ah, okay, Yuki, you did 100 first. Oh, careless mistake. 3 master poop, why I don't take science? Because science we have another teacher. I do math. Yeah. Alright, next question. You guys can try this. It's a percentage question. Yuki, you're asking for the teacher later, is it? Is teacher Jody? Okay, so another 10 seconds, sending your answers. Okay, let me see your answers in the chat. So most of you say it's option 3. Okay, let's see whether it's option 3. CT Kitty, what do you mean by I ran away? I went to get water just now. It's a funny comment. Okay. Oh, Jane was my favorite topic for math. I don't think I have a favorite. I think it's all interesting. T-Rexia, which A grader do I teach in? That's a secret. Okay, let's go through this. So there were 200 children, 70 of them are boys. They're asking you what percentage are girls. So the first thing you can do is to find out how many girls there are, right? You can use 200 minus the 70 boys, then you get 130 girls. After that, I want it as a percentage. So girls will be your numerator. Your denominator is always the total, which is 200 children. So once you form this fraction, and then you can times 100% to change it into percentage. Okay, so this will give you 65%, which is option 3. Yeah, so most of you did get it right. That's good. Oh, okay. CT Kitty, if you really do that, then okay, sure, you can do that. If you have so much time to go to every A grader to ask. Okay, so some of you find the percentage that are boys for this question, then you use 100% minus the percentage for the boys to get the percentage for the girls. Yeah, can also. You can do that as well. Okay, so that is a user 745's method. That's all right. Okay, next one. Question 4. Which of the following is likely to be the mass of a book? Right. So we have a question, right? So the 3 master poop ask, how do you know how heavy a book is exactly? Well, it depends on which book it is, right? But then for this question, they are asking you which one is likely. So you estimate. Which is the best estimate for the mass of a normal book? Right, so it's not referring to any specific book. It's just asking you an average normal book. Which one is the most likely? Okay, so for this question, let me see your answers first. Oh, some of you are not very sure for this question. Okay, so I see option 3 and option 4 for this. Alright, so the first two options that you should cancel out is actually option 1 and option 2. Because option 1 is 80 kg, that is way too heavy. Okay, whereas for 8 grams, it is too light. So you're left with option 3 and option 4 that is a little bit more possible. However, for option 3, if you change it into kg, it is actually 8 kg. So 8 kg is still quite heavy for a book. Yeah, so I think rarely you will have a book that is 8 kg. So this one, the most likely answer is number 4. Okay, so usually your book, your textbook and all that you carry to school is usually less than 1 kg. Right? So you're gonna pick 800 grams, which is less than 1 kg. It's the most possible. Jean, and unless it has 1,000 page, then it's 8 kg, really? I think it will still be lighter than 8 kg though. Okay. The Tree Master Poop, thanks for sending the likes. Pei Fong, you want to check the answer for question 3, is it? Yeah, question 3 just now was option 3 as the answer. Yeah. Okay, some of you are asking for question 3. Yeah, sure. Let me just show you very quickly. Okay, so we're actually done with our MCQs already. We are gonna move on to section B. Okay, section B. So again, you have a 4 order of operations question. So you guys can send in the answer. Oh, okay, user 745. That's what the text bar says. Okay, I've never known that. Oh, okay, Iris, there was a typo just now. That's all right. Yeah, so actually all of you have the same answer so far. Shall we check our answers? Anyone else has a different answer? Let's see. Oh, okay, wait. Rolex man asked what is the total marks for this paper. Oh, okay. I never go and count the the marks for this paper, but usually, I mean, if you want to know, you can go and count by yourself. Usually MCQ is either 1 or 2 marks. Section B, depending on the difficulty, is also 1 or 2 marks. And then for today's problem sums, is likely 3 marks. It's a 3 mark question for today's problem sum. Yeah. User 123, can you use calculator for this? No, cannot, because we're still at section B. When we reach problem sums, then you can use calculator. Okay, CT Kitty, yes, I guess so. Alright, so let's go through this. So if you attended the P5 live just now, it's the same thing, right? You use Botmas. Okay, so let's do B for brackets first. Okay, so for this one, within the bracket, you have 37 minus 27, which is just 10. After that, you can take away the bracket. Everything else, make sure you copy it down exactly the same. So then you are left with a divide, a plus, and a times. So you can do the division next. that will be 100 divided by 10, which is 10. So after that, you are left with a plus and a times. But your times should take priority. So you should be doing the 8 times 7 next, which is 56. Finally, you're left with addition, so that is 66 as the final answer. Yeah. So I think almost all of you got it correct. Some of you say 166, but I think it's slightly a typo, right? Okay, any other questions for this? If not, I will move on to the next page. Everybody all right with this? Okay, let's go to the next page. Question 6, you're supposed to find the value of 5 divided by 3 over 8. Give your answer as a mixed number in the simplest form. Okay, so you guys can try this. And then I will take a look at your answers in the chat. Okay, so far, whoever has sent in the answer in the chat, you all have the same answer. Let's see if anyone else has a different answer. Okay, another 10 seconds to send in the answer for those of you who are doing the question on the spot. Okay, so all of you have the same answer actually. Right, let's look at this. We're doing a division of fractions question, which means that you need to use this KCF concept, right? You should have learned this in school. KCF stands for keep, change, flip. Okay, so yes, Jean, that's correct. Keep, change, flip. So keep refers to you keep the first number the same. So that means that 5, you're going to keep it the same as 5 whole, 5 over 1. And then change refers to change your division sign into a times, okay, a multiplication sign. And then flip refers to you flip the fraction, right? 3 over 8, if you flip it, it becomes 8 over 3. How come some of you tell me it's KFC? Your school teach you KFC, really? Keep, flip, change, really? Okay, so some of your school use KFC. That's also okay, as long as you apply it correctly. Alright, so now I'm going to multiply this. You can multiply your numerator. So 5 times 8 gives you 40. After that, multiply your denominator. That is 1 times 3, which is 3. So this is an improper fraction, which you have to change to a mixed number. Yeah, so after you change to a mixed number, then you will get 13 and 1/3. So that is the final answer, which all of you got correct. So excellent. SG Wolverine, no. Sengkang and Fernville, no. Anyone else still needs this before I move on? I think we can do maybe one more question, then we can likely have our break. Okay, so let's do one more question. All right, can you guys try this? And then answers in the chat. Okay, so you just need to send in your answer once, okay? Don't worry, I saw your answers. Yeah. If you send your answers too many times, TikTok might ban you from commenting. They might think that you're trying to spam. Okay, so far, I think all of you have the same answer so far. Anyone else? Another 5 seconds for you to send in your answer. Oh, Jean, your answer is a bit big. You might want to try again, or you check your answer again. Okay, so I'm going to read this question. Aunt Eunice used 420 grams of flour to bake 7 cupcakes. So how many such cupcakes can she bake with 720 grams of flour? So you know that for 7 cupcakes, she used 420 grams. So you can find out for 1 cupcake first by dividing by 7. Okay, let me change the color. So once you divide by 7, you will get 60 grams, which is for 1 cupcake. So you're supposed to find out how many cupcakes can you bake with 720 grams of flour. So what sort of working should you do here? What working should you do in order to find the answer? Is it a multiplication or is it a division sort of working? Okay, so Cheyenne says divide. Yeah, correct. So yeah, you can use 720 grams divide by 60 grams. Division is correct. So you're going to cancel the 0 first. You're left with 72 divided by 6, which is exactly 12. Yeah. Okay, so that's how you get the answer 12. So this is actually 12 cupcakes. You'll use 720 grams of flour. Yeah, so Jin, for this question, the last step is to divide. Okay. The master cook, you had a typo, right? It's all right, no worries. I understand what you're trying to say. Okay, so I think now is a good time for a break. Okay, so let's have our midpoint break, our 5 minutes break before we continue. So let me see. After the break, we have 3 pages, I think. Yeah, 3 pages. And today's questions are not too difficult for P6. Jean, it's okay. You can just do corrections. It's all right. Or you just revise more for this type of question. It's all right. Yeah. Just learn from your mistakes. Okay, so if you need to go and drink some water, okay, or use the restroom, you can do so now, because now it's break time. Jean, do I like Mentos? Not particularly. I think I'm just okay with it. How long have I been a teacher? Many years. 20 years ah, no, not that long. 20 years is a long time. Okay, Cheyenne have a question, is it? Does AGrader teach heuristics, like the physical class? Yes, Cheyenne, we do teach heuristics, but not all our lessons. It depends. Sometimes we will do notes and exercises if it is the start of a new topic. We will also do revision when it's closer to your exams. Yeah. So we do teach heuristics, but it's not all the lessons are heuristics. Okay, Jin, you have a question, is it? Do we teach ratio, is it? Yeah, we will teach ratio if you're in P6. So if you're P5, then no, we won't cover ratio in P5. Kids back play, you sent me a rose, is it? Thank you. I saw the rose. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have more questions. Let's see. User 123, do we do fractions, like very difficult fractions questions? Yes. Okay. In problem sums, we will cover difficult fractions questions. But if you mean for today's lesson, then no. Yeah, not in today's lesson. I mean, in our regular lessons, we do cover more difficult, more challenging fractions questions. Paid form, is there Kahoot? No. We already had Kahoot just now, right? For P5? Yeah. Okay, so now we're doing P6 math, there is no Kahoot. Later will be P6 science, there is also no Kahoot. So per day we only have one Kahoot, which we already did just now. Yeah. Okay, so I think one more minute and then we will begin. Kids playback. No, there is no Kahoot. We already had Kahoot just now. Okay, shall we continue? I'm gonna scroll to the next page. Oh wait, my screen is lagging. Hmm. Oh no, give me a moment. I don't know why the screen is lagging. It's not lagging. Really? But I already scrolled to the next page, but on my screen here it's still on the previous page. It is lagging, right? Yeah. Um. Okay, wait. How do I disconnect it? Oh no, the entire screen is frozen. Off then on. I already log out of the iPad though. Oh no, why is it laggy? End live. Okay, I will pause the live. Okay, give me a moment. Yeah, I resumed the live already, but it did not. It's still lagging, right, guys? Hmm. Yeah, it's still lagging. Yeah. On my side, it's still lagging as well. Hmm. Okay, guys, I think I will have to end it first and then restart it because it is very, very laggy. It is not moving at all. Okay, so hopefully it'll just take 1 or 2 minutes. I'm going to end it now and then I'll restart it immediately. All right. Okay, hi guys. Thanks for joining in again. Yeah, so I think really no choice. I had to end the live and restart before I can connect the iPad again. It's the first time that such an issue happened. So scary. Okay, I will just wait 30 seconds for everybody else to join in, okay? Okay, so you guys are back, right? I think not everybody is back yet. I think about 16 of you. Just now it was about 30 of you. Hmm. Okay, yeah, I think. Okay, so thanks for coming back to the live. Yeah, let's continue, all right? Okay, so for the next question, yeah, you guys can send me your answer. This question on pretzels. The shop had some pretzels at first. After selling 320 pretzels, they were left with 20% of the pretzels they had at first. So how many pretzels were there at first? Okay, so for percentage, remember that you start off with 100%. So at first there's 100%, then they are only left with 20%, right? So this must mean that they actually sold 80%. Because 100 minus 20 is 80%. So 80% refers to the 300 pretzels that they sold. You cannot use calculator for this question. We're still at section B. So you're gonna you can find 1% or you can find 10%. I would find 10%, which is 40. And then at first means 100%. So I will find 100% by multiplying by 10. So that's how you get 400 as the answer. Yeah, which most of you got it correct. Alright, so Foxy, Jin, kids playback. Yeah, it's all correct. Okay. So I say again, you want to find 1%, that's okay. Yeah, up to you. 1%, 10% is okay. Alright, next one. So Caden had 5 over 6 kg of sugar. He packed all the sugar into packets of 5 over 18 kg each. How many such packets of sugar did he get? Let me know your answers in the chat box. This one can do in one step, right? Ah, okay, Jin, I saw your answer. Don't need to send so many times. Okay, another 5 seconds. Anyone else want to share your answer? Okay, right. Most of you have the same answer. So for this question, he had 5 over 6 kg in total, and the keyword pack usually means divide. So you're going to use 5 over 6 kg, divide by each packet, which is 5 over 18 kg. So then you need to use this concept KCF, right? Because you're doing division of fractions. So let's keep the first fraction, and then we change the divide to times, and then we flip the last fraction into 18 over 5. So before you multiply, you can cross cancel. 6 and 18 can cross cancel, become 1 and 3. And then 5 and 5, you cross cancel, it becomes 1 and 1. So actually, you're just left with a number 3, right? So 3 over 1 is 3. So that's the answer, 3 packets. Okay, so for division of fraction, remember to use KCF. CT Kitty, I think about 8, maybe 7 or 8 years. All right, let's move on. Okay, so Charlie had 78 stickers. The ratio of the number of stickers Charlie had to the number of stickers that Ahmad had was 6 to 2. So how many stickers must Charlie give to Ahmad so that both of them will have the same number of stickers? Those of you who have already done the questions, you can send in your answer in the chat. Jean, don't need to send so many times. I saw your answer, don't worry. If you keep spamming, TikTok might block you from commenting. Okay, so all of you got the same answer, huh? Okay, so I'm going to write down the ratio for Charlie to Ahmad is 6 to 2. So this means that Ali had 6 units. Charlie had 6 units, Ahmad had 2 units. So 6 plus 2 is 8 units. They have 8 units in total. But you want both of them to have the same number of stickers, right? So it means that 8 units, you have to divide by 2 equally. So each of them is supposed to have 4 units. Okay, so if it's equal, they are supposed to have 4 to 4. So you see that Charlie had 6 units, but in the end, he only has 4 units. So this means that he must give away 2 units to Ahmad. Okay, so now you want to find out how much is 2 units, because Charlie is going to give 2 units to Ahmad. So if you look at the question, Charlie is 6 units, right? So 6 units is the 78 stickers. And you know that he's going to give away 2 units. So all you need to do is to divide by 3 actually. So you will get 26 as the answer. Some of you, you want to find 1 unit also can. Then after that, you times 2 to find 2 units. Okay, so for me, I find 2 units directly. So I save 1 step of working. Yeah, so Yanbun, you find 1 unit first. Yeah, that's okay. You have an additional step, but it is correct. Yeah, so I think most of you will find 1 unit first. But whenever there are shortcuts, you can take shortcuts to save some time. All right, shall we move on to the next one? Okay, so the ratio of apples to oranges Lisa had was 7 to 3 at first. After she bought 63 apples and 63 oranges, the ratio became 5 to 3. So find the total number of apples and oranges she had at first. So if you look at the yellow color highlighted part, there is a certain concept that applies for this question. Do you all know what concept it is? She bought 63 apples and 63 oranges. You notice that it's the same number, right? What concept applies here? Okay, so the tree master poop and Yen Boon says it's a difference unchanged. Very good. Excellent. Is difference unchanged, not total unchanged. Difference unchanged. So for difference unchanged question, you can write out the ratios first. 7 to 3 and 5 to 3. Now, because this is called difference unchanged, you need to add in one more column for the difference. Okay, so both ratios, put in the difference. And you know the keyword difference means minus. So 7 minus 3, the first difference is 4. And then the second difference is 5 minus 3, which is 2. And now the keyword unchanged means that your difference must be the same. So you need to times 2 to make the difference the same for the second ratio. You will get 10 to 6 to 4. Okay, so this is the correct ratio. Then you can compare both these ratios now. So for example, the apple from 7 units, it becomes 10 units. So your apples actually increased by 3 units, right? So why was there an increase in 3 units? It's because she bought 63 apples. So the increase is the 63 apples that she bought. So then, of course, you're going to find 1 unit, which is 21. And then you're supposed to find the total fruits at first. So at first, you have 7 units of apples, 3 units of orange. So in total at first, there is 10 units. So 210 is the answer. Yeah, so actually quite good this question. I saw a lot of you got it correct. Huh? Oh, they copy you really? The master poop, you say the rest copy you? But I think they did by themselves though. Alright, now let's move on to our problem sums. You can use calculator. So actually our problem sum today quite easy. So the first question, 24% of a number is 324. You want to find the number. So for percentage, remember to use arrow. Okay, so I'm going to find 1% first by dividing by 24. So 1% is 13.5. If they ask you what this number is, it refers to the total. So it means that you're supposed to find 100%. The number itself is 100%. So this will be 1350. So that's the answer for part A. Yeah. Okay, then part B is also very simple. You want to find 76%. Then you just use 13.5 times 76. Okay, so let the calculator do the work. You should get 1026 as the answer. Yeah. Okay, so Jean, Foxy, yeah, correct. This is a very simple percentage question. Everybody okay, right? Yeah. The master poop asked me what is a calculator. Huh? You don't know what's a calculator? Really? But you should be using calculator in school, right? How come you're asking me what's a calculator? Okay, our last question. Okay, our last problem sum. Question 13. The prices of colored paper sold are shown in the table below. So the first 50 sheets will be $12. Next 50 sheets is 20 cents per sheet. Additional sheets of paper above 100 sheets is 15 cents per sheet. So Lila wants to buy 128 sheets of color paper. What is the least amount of money she has to pay? So this question is on rate. Okay, so the topic is rate. You should have learned this since P5. So for the 128 pieces of paper, you can minus the first 50 sheets. You minus the next 50 sheets. So you're left with 28 sheets of paper. So 28 sheets of paper is the last one. Okay, the last row. Okay, so for the first 50 sheets, you don't need to calculate anything. It is just $12. Okay, but for the next 50 sheets, you do need to do some calculation. So that will be 50 sheets at 20 cents each. So you're going to use 50 times 20 cents. That is exactly $10. Okay, then you also need to calculate the last one, which is 15 cents per sheet for 28 sheets of paper. So just use 28 times 15 cents. Use your calculator. You get 420 for that. Alright, so then the last step is just to add everything together. Your first 50 sheets is $12. Your next 50 sheets is $10. And then your last 28 sheets is 420. So your final answer should be 26.20. Okay, so yeah, many of you got the correct answer. Now, but please take note, you are not supposed to write 26.2. Okay, so for money, you must have two decimal place. Alright, please take note. Cannot write 26.2. Okay, so the master poop, you had some careless mistake, right? You use calculator, then won't have careless mistake. Okay? Yeah, Jean, you got it correct. That's good. Melon Ji Yoon. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Okay, so whoever doesn't have calculator, you need to go and buy one, right? Because you need to use your calculator in PSLE. Okay? So please go and buy a calculator. Yeah. Alright, so that's all for our primary math live today. Thanks to all of you who stayed throughout the 2 hours. Okay, but we haven't end yet. So teacher Jody is gonna take over the live. Okay, then she will do science now. Yeah, next will be science. P6 science. Okay, so anyway, teacher Jody is gonna come in for science, and then the rest of you, I will see y'all 2 Wednesdays later. Okay, next Wednesday. Yeah. All right. So you guys just wait for a while. Okay, wait for a while. 2 minutes. Okay, teacher Jody is gonna come in.
Hello, can you hear me? Hi. Still cannot hear? Oh, can you? Can you? Okay, good. Okay, hello. Okay, okay, that's very good. Okay, so all right, we start. Okay. Hello. Okay, so let's start with question one first. Everyone okay? Hi. Hello, Foxy. Yambun, half of the PYP is recorded by me. Okay, yeah, hello. Okay, let us start first, okay? So if you know the answer or you want to share anything, you all can send it through the chat, okay? So let's look at question one. Okay, I only can show you half of it first because the top part have all the banners which will block the questions, okay? So question one, all right, it says study the chart below, all right? And then they say that based on the chart above, let me scroll a bit. Okay, which of the following correctly represents a fern? Okay? Yo, why are you talking about Messi? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so over here, what happens is they are asking for a fern, right? So can you tell me for a fern, I think this one, the alphabets are too close to each other. The R and N ends up, looks like it's joined together. It's separated, okay? Okay, so they're asking which one represents a fern. So for a fern, right, do you all know what groups does fern belong to? It belongs to what group of plants? Hello, eating dinner? Oh, what group of plants does it belongs to? Do you have any idea? You forgot? Ah, fern not fungi. Yes, fern is a non-flowering plant. All right, very good. So please take note that this is a non-flowering plant. Okay, so for non-flowering plant, you must know a few things. You know that it doesn't have flowers. Okay, it reproduces by spores. All right, so always start from the start. Okay, the first question, is it a living thing? If it's no, if it's not a living thing, yes, very good. Melon Yoon. Ji Yoon. Yes, non-flowering will have spores. Alright, flowering reproduces by seeds. Alright, so for this non-flowering, please remember, okay, if it's not a living thing, it basically means that it is a non-living thing. So you all must know that A is actually a non-living thing, but ferns are living thing, so A is already out. Alright, so then we move down this path. Yes, it's a living thing. So does it make its own food? Okay, can you all tell me? This is a recap. This is mixed topics already. So for this, does it the moment it says yes, it makes its own food means what group of organism is it? What group of living thing is it? Yes, only plants make their own food. Very good. I see someone mention plants. Okay. If it does not make its own food, means it will be other groups of living things like animals, fungi, bacteria. Okay. Oh, doesn't mean it's a flowering plant. If it makes its own food, means it's a plant only. You wouldn't know whether it's a flowering plant or a non-flowering plant yet. Okay, okay. So then you look over here. Does it reproduce from spores? If it reproduces from spores, means that it is a know, one or a non-flowering plant. Okay, very good. Then what about if it does not reproduce from spores? Means it is a what? Yes, user 7456, so long. Okay, so if it doesn't reproduce from spores, means that it is a flowering plant. Very good. Hey, most of you still can remember your P3 stuff. All right, so yes, so what's the answer? What's the answer? Yes, very good. It is D, which is option 4. Very good. Okay, very good. Yeah, this is mixed topic. It's like a revision of all your topics they have learned. They're supposed to know for P6. Yeah. Okay, so everybody, now let's move on to the next one. Let's look at question 2 over here, okay? So question 2, study the classification chart below. Which of the following animals can X be? This is your P4 topic on your life cycle. Okay, I show you that. This one I can show you the whole question. So, what do you think? Okay, you know that this one over here is 3-stage life cycle and it's a chicken. I'm very sure you all know this. 4-stage life cycle and it lays eggs. So what animal has a 4-stage life cycle and lay eggs? Okay, everybody, let me ask you first. The moment it is a 4-stage life cycle, it is definitely belonging to which group of animals? Anyway, this is animals, so definitely must be animals. What kind, what group? Very good, Cheyenne. Insects. Only insects can have a 4-stage life cycle. The rest don't have. Okay, the rest can only be 3-stage life cycle or they give birth. Okay, all right. So for this, X is definitely an insect, but not all insects have 4-stage life cycle, right? Insects can have 3-stage or 4-stage. All right. So the moment you know that cow, Kahoot is already done. Right. Just now, did teacher Felicia going through the Kahoot? She did already, right? Is it or is it some other? I think it's some other lesson or what? I think maybe it's some other subject. Maybe this week. Yesterday got Kahoot, but today, yeah, Kahoot over already, right? Oh yeah, this science to have Kahoot for this week. Okay. So all right. So everybody, so we know that it must be an insect. So the moment you see there is an insect, it means that frog is out. Frog is definitely not an insect. Can anyone tell me frog has how many stage life cycle? Hey, the three master poop. Three master poop. This one must be 4-stage life cycle insect. Frog has 3 stage. Very good. Frog has a 3-stage life cycle. All right. What beetle? Who else? Can you tell me what do you think the answer is? I'm left with 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4 are all insects. But which one has a 4-stage life cycle? Oh, hello. 4-stage life cycle. I give you one more chance. 4-stage life cycle. Yes. Okay, most of you wrote 2. Very good. So the answer is number 2. Yes, beetle is correct. Very good. All right, please take note that, okay, cockroach and grasshopper, although they are insects, but they have a 3-stage life cycle, not 4, right? A lot of you forgot your lower block concepts already, is it? Yeah, the answer is supposed to be a beetle, number 2. Okay? Yes, Melanie June, correct. Okay? All right. So, no, I hope that you all don't have any questions for this. Do you have any questions for this? I hope not, okay? This one is like P4 topic. Okay, so everybody, now this is the one that maybe some of you might still be freezing point and boiling point. P5 topic. Okay? User, I said that 4-stage life cycles are definitely insects. I didn't say that all insects have a 4-stage life cycle. You must understand properly. Okay? The moment is 4-stage life cycle, it is an insect. That is what I was trying to say. Okay? I did not say that all insects have 4-stage life cycle. Okay? Now be very careful, okay? Alright. So, oh yes, hello Belinda. Okay, so for this, okay, for question 3, it says that Lucas took substance Z out of the freezer and left it at room temperature before heating it to 85 degrees Celsius. All right, so take note. They said that it is initially from the freezer, okay, heat it up to 85 degrees Celsius, all right, and he observed what happens at 5 degrees and 85 degrees Celsius. Okay, so for this, all right, based on Lucas' observation, which of the following is possible? Okay, so possible. All right, you need to look at the substance here first. Can anyone tell me what state do you think substance Z is at 5 degrees Celsius? Yeah. I see mixed answer for this question. So I go through, okay? Yes, it is a solid state, right? You can see that it is stuck on the container. It doesn't follow the level of the floor. Okay, so it is a solid state. About Z at 85. Okay, very good. I've seen some of you mentioning that it is at a liquid state because it's the same level as the floor. Okay, very good. Liquid state. All right, very good. All of you get this part correct. So now, which of the following is possible? I see some of you sharing the correct answer already, but some of you got it wrong. Okay, so the correct answer is actually 1. But let me explain why is it 1, okay? So for this, if it is still a solid at 5 degrees Celsius, means it's already frozen, right? And it has not melted. It hasn't melted yet. So this tells me that in order for it to be a solid at 5 degrees Celsius, okay, it might, okay, take note that it must start freezing at a higher temperature. Okay, so cannot be 3 because if it's 3, it shouldn't be at a solid state at 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, so cannot be 0 as well. If not, it will be at, it shouldn't be at a solid state here. If the freezing point is 0, it's supposed to be liquid state here. Freezing point is 3, it's supposed to be liquid state here. Okay, you must understand. Okay, so maybe 4 degrees. Okay, so maybe take note everybody over here. All right, maybe at, hello, Clementives. I don't know how to call you. Okay, so take note that at a higher temperature, it already starts to freeze. So maybe 6 degrees, maybe 7 degrees, we wouldn't know yet. All right, we do not enough information here to exactly determine the freezing point. So these two is possible. Okay, so what about boiling point? So you know that it is a liquid at 85 degrees Celsius. Means that has it boiled? 85, does it boil at 85? Or it needs a higher temperature to boil or lower temperature to boil? Can you all tell me? If it haven't boiled, if it's still a liquid at 85, no, definitely 100. 100 is only for pure water. I don't know whether this is pure water or not. Okay, so 100 is only for pure water. You must be very careful, okay? Different substances boils at different temperature. Okay, Ken? So in this case, right, it might not be pure water. Actually, most likely not, because the freezing point is not 0. Okay? Lisa, hey, I think y'all got some misconception here. Okay, take note. All right, 100 degrees Celsius is only for pure water. Different liquids, different substances boils at different temperature. Okay, so I'm not asking you. So it just tell me whether it needs to be higher than 85 to boil or lower than 85. Hello. Yes, a lot of you say higher. Very good. It's supposed to be higher. Okay, so in order for Z to boil, okay, it needs to be even higher. Higher, then it starts to boil. Okay, then it can become a gaseous state at this point. Okay, so for this, it needs to be higher than 85. 70 is not higher than 85. So I'm only left with option 1. The rest possible. The rest is possible. It can boil at 120. It can boil at 100. It can boil at 105. I wouldn't know. Not enough information to know the exact boiling point. Okay? So the answer is number one. All right, everyone, okay? Understand for this? A lot of students tend to get this question wrong, especially something to do with freezing point, boiling point, melting point together. Okay, everyone, all right? Okay, I'm gonna move on. Any questions? No? Okay, good. All right, so next one. This one, I'm not sure whether you all have studied this. Who school already? AGrader teach already, but who school who haven't even learned this at all yet? Even not even in AGrader. Food chain footwear. Haven't? The three master poop. You're not in AGrader, is it? Because AGrader taught already. AGrader science taught. Not yet, Shine. Ah, okay, but Shine, I know you attended the boot camp, so you know roughly a bit already. So over to go through this, okay? This is a food chain and food web topic, okay? Not in real life. AGrader is also in real life. Why you say not in real life? The three master poop. You sounded like AGrader is an online game, not in real life. But okay. Hi, Shine. Yes. Okay. Okay, explain a little bit so you all can try, okay? So the diagram below shows a food web. This is actually called a food web, whereby there are many organisms connected to each other. Okay, let me just explain. The arrow, those of you who are new, the arrow means is eaten by. What do I mean? That means X is eaten by W. X goes inside W's stomach. So that's why it's eaten. Okay, eaten by W. Alright, so this is what the arrow meant. X is eaten by W, X is eaten by Z, X is eaten by Y. It goes into their stomachs. Okay, so which of the following correctly identifies organisms W, X, Y, and Z? Okay, yes, Karina. Now I explain a bit. Okay, so now always remember, okay, a producer is an organism that produce their own food. I give you a clue. Produce their own food. So what kind of organism is a producer? Producer is something that produce their own food. Grass, okay, grass. Plants, yes. Right. Producers are mainly plants. And do plants eat other animals? Most of the plants do most plants eat other animals? No, cooking is different, but cooking you need to get food from where? Get food from the plant, get food from the animals. Plant make their own food without consuming other organisms. They consume light to make their own food. Light, carbon dioxide, again, water. Alright, so over here, okay, so what happened is plants keep getting eaten up, right? They don't eat other organisms. Most plants don't eat other organisms, and they keep getting eaten up. So can anyone knows which one shows you that poor fella keep getting eaten up? Which one? Which one do you think? Is it W that keeps getting eaten up? Y keeps getting eaten up? X or Z? Arrow means goes inside the stomach. Arrow means goes inside the stomach, eaten by something. W, you sure W? So many things goes inside W stomach. You sure W can be a plant? Can W be a producer? Goes inside the stomach, you know. Wow, goes inside W. X, very good. A lot of you, thank you for all your answers. X would actually be the producer because it keeps getting eaten up by something and it doesn't eat other organisms. See, X goes into W stomach. X goes into Z stomach. X go into Y stomach. Okay, now a prey. Okay, a prey means that it is something that is being hunted and not haunted. Okay, hunted. Okay, hunted by other animals. Okay, so which one is a prey only? It gets eaten up by another animal. Prey only. This one I want prey only. There's only one prey here. It is eaten up by. We know that this is a plant already. This is a producer. So a producer cannot be a prey. Everybody, let me just tell you, okay? A producer cannot be a prey. Okay, it must be an animal that is hunted by another animal. Okay, producer basically gets eaten. You don't need to hunt for a plant. You don't need to hunt for a producer. Okay. Most of you got why why cannot? Why cannot? Is you look at this arrow. Although Y is a prey, Y gets eaten up by W. Yes, Y is a prey of W, but Y also eats another animal. I want a prey only. That means they don't eat other animal. They are not attacking W. Hello. W is the one that eats up everything. Who attacked W? You see, this go into W stomach. Attack This is not shooting arrow, you know. This is go inside the stomach. Yeah, the W is the one that's eating the plant, eating Y. Okay, so everybody, Z is the prey. You see, Z gets eaten by Y. Okay, Z goes into Y stomach and it did not eat other animals. Okay, so Z is the prey. All right, so prey and predator would be Y. Okay, why is it Y? Y is a prey of W, but is a predator of Z. Okay, so Y is both. Okay, very good. No, when your burger, you eat burger go into your stomach, your burger doesn't eat your stomach, what? Okay, so then the predator will be W because it eats up Y. Okay, so predator is W. Okay, right. Yes, very good. Thank you, Foxy. Huh? W didn't get eaten up by anything. W is actually the final consumer. I think y'all keep mixing up the arrows. W is the one that is still alive because everything goes inside W's stomach. W is the one that is still alive. Yes, we can call it apex predator or we can call it final consumer. Alright? Arrow means eaten by. This one you have to memorize on. This one, the arrow means go inside. Okay, if you don't want to say go inside the stomach, go inside the mouth. When things go inside the mouth, so Y goes inside W mouth. Then you should know that is W is eating Y. Okay, Ken? Alright, so your answer is supposed to be number 1. If you can, I really try my best to simplify that for you. If you're still confused, I don't know how to help you really. Your school teacher will also say the same thing. So change the directional arrows. It doesn't work that way. Okay, everyone, again? Ken, I'm gonna move on. Everyone, alright? Okay, I'm gonna move on. Let's move on to question 5. Okay, question 5. Alright, I scroll down a bit so you can see the top question first. Okay, Melissa wanted to find out which part of the river has the most decomposers. Okay, so this is about your decomposers, which you have learned in AGrader when it comes to your food web topic. Okay, so she collected equal volumes of water samples, okay, from different locations A, B, and C. All right, so one is she measured the amount of dissolved oxygen and carbon dioxide in each water samples and show the results in the following graph. So in an experiment, you must remember to identify your change and measured variable. Oh, you start learning decomposition in school only? No worries, no worries. So everybody, can you identify for me my change variable? Always remember, to find out is the what? To find out, the moment you see these 3 words, to find out, that is our, what of the experiment? Very good, YS. aim of the experiment. So for very good, Y, Z, L, X, a name so long. Aim. So as someone tell me the change variable already, yes, the change variable would be different locations, the locations of the water samples along the river. Okay, so these would be my changed variable. And what would be my measured variable then? Very good, it's location. Very good. The rest of you who wrote aim for my first question, very good. You only start learning about forces. Just started on forces only. Oh, don't. Okay, no worries. Okay, it's okay. Now you know, at least you will understand some concepts. Then you go back to school, you already know a few more. Okay. So what happened? So what is the measured variable? Volume, volume or amount? Okay, but I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Okay. So the measured variable is actually the amount of dissolved oxygen and carbon dioxide. So this person recorded two things in this experiment. All right. So think about what are decomposers. Let me give you a clue, okay? Think about what are decomposers. Decomposers are those of you who are in A grader, you all should know. Like A grader science, decomposers, what group of organisms are considered decomposers? You all know? What group of organisms? Worms are helpers only. They are agents of decomposers. They break dead matter into smaller pieces. They are helpers. They are not decomposers. They just help the decomposers. So they are like your teeth. Your teeth doesn't digest food, right? So and the worms or ants does not decompose. It only helps. Okay, it only breaks it down to smaller pieces like the teeth in your mouth. Okay, yeah, a lot of you got it correct. Yes, it's fungi and bacteria. Okay, swarms are helpers only. They are agents decomposers. Okay, so fungi and bacteria. So take note that if I want to find out which one has the decomposers, if I want to find out whether there are more or less decomposers in the water sample, you have to think a bit. Decomposers are our fungi and bacteria, and they will go through what? Fungi and bacteria are living things, right? So living things will go through a process called what? Very good. Fungi and bacteria is correct. All living things will go through a process called what? Respiration. Very good. And when you respire, okay, so very good. So all living things respire, right? So when they respire, there would be more of which aging, yeah. Other than aging, this question focusing on gases, not about how old you become. There will be more of what? Very good, is respiration. All right, so fungi and bacteria will respire, and when living things respire, what will happen to carbon dioxide? You know, carbon dioxide will increase. Very good. So carbon dioxide is supposed to increase. Then what about oxygen? Very good. Oxygen is supposed to decrease. Should be lesser oxygen, right? So we are supposed to arrange them based on the increasing number. So that means we must start from the least decomposers to the most decomposers. All right, so if you look at the amount of carbon dioxide, let's focus on carbon dioxide. Just focus on one. So if you look at carbon dioxide, which one will have the least carbon dioxide? Least decomposers means there will be least carbon dioxide. Which one are the least carbon dioxide? B, very good. I've seen a lot of you sharing your answers already. Very good. So I should start with B because B have the least amount of carbon dioxide. Followed by, you can just focus on one, just focus on carbon dioxide. Followed by C, yes, very good. And the one that has the most decomposers? Very good. Yes, all of you are correct. Good. Yes, very good, Foxy. Very good, Jin Hong and Master Poop and kids play that. Can you change your name? It feels very weird for me to call you Master Fu. Yeah, okay, you're a genius. Okay. Hi, WL. Okay. So everybody, let's go to B. Okay, you got the idea there. All right. So for B, now this one you need to know about your decomposers well. Okay. So those of you who haven't studied in school or never come AGrader, then y'all might struggle with this. Okay. So what kind of environmental condition would speed up the rate of decomposition of dead matter and in the river? But I can give you a clue. Okay. Speed up decomposition means what? Means I want more decomposers, right? So I want more decomposers. More decomposers will speed up decomposition. And I give you a clue. One of the decomposers are fungi. So fungi can grow better in what kind of condition? Or fungi can grow in what kind of condition? Give you a more what kind of condition? More, okay, more water can. Any more? Warmth, okay. And dark, okay, that can. And oxygen, okay. So, what kind of environmental condition? I just write the dark is optional, okay. The most basic one must be oxygen and warmth must be included. Okay, and why I don't want to write water is because this is filled with water already. It is in the river. So there are plenty of water already. So that's why we don't write water here. Okay, so we just write about more oxygen and warmth. Very good. This topic, oh, I saw someone asking about this topic. This is the topic on a mixture of your P5 respiratory system and your decomposers, which is under food chain and food web. Okay? Okay? Yeah, needs water, darkness, oxygen, moist. Very good. Please stay back. But because I never write water because this this is from the river. So it's really like there is already a lot of plenty of water. So okay. So the only way that I can make it faster, okay, would be providing it with more oxygen and warmth. Alright? So everybody I'm gonna okay, I'm gonna move on. Darkness is optional. If you write darkness can also, must have at least these two. Okay? Because even if it's not dark, fungi can still grow. Okay, everyone okay? Oh, you're going to the next topic, living together. Oh, that's good. Then you will know about like habitats, community, etc. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, to the next one. Oh, I think you all will suffer there. A lot of students say the topic on living together. They say quite boring, quite dry. There's just a lot of things to remember. Okay, so everyone, let's look at C. So C, but we taught already. You at food chain already, Jun Hong, so fast. Yeah, certain schools are still at Foster, certain schools are already go all the way to food chain and food web already. You say yourself boring. You're not boring. Okay, so over here, Melissa wanted to introduce a large number of floating. Everybody take note of this, okay? For C, large number of floating water plants into the river to increase the amount of dissolved oxygen. Explain why keeping large number of floating plants will not work, will not increase dissolved oxygen. P4, P4, we don't have any TikTok live for P4, unfortunately. We only have for P5. But you can watch also because P5, when we're doing revision, we'll go through the P4 topics also. Then just now I just went through like one P4 topic. No, yeah, two actually. One to two P4 topics. So no harm joining the P5 or P6s. Okay, okay, do I have any idea why? Why floating water plants doesn't help for to increase the dissolved oxygen in the water? I give you a clue. I want to increase the oxygen level in the water, but some fella, oh Melissa, sorry, not fella, say that, oh, let's add a large number of floating water plants. Any idea? Or you're still thinking very hard? not about blocking sunlight, actually. Yes, Elliot got the idea there. It needs to be submerged, right? If floating water plants, okay, they produce oxygen. Let me just like quickly show you, okay? So let's say that this is my, okay, let's say this is the pond and the plants are floating, okay? All right. Then the oxygen released by the plant doesn't go into the water. It is actually released to the surrounding air, the atmospheric air. Different, okay? The one that goes into the water must be dissolved oxygen. Okay, okay? All right, so floating plants doesn't help in the amount of dissolved oxygen at all because oxygen released by floating plants, all right, is is released into the surrounding air, not into the water. Okay, okay? All right, so let me just write this one down. This one a bit harder to explain. To explain for you all first if you all haven't learned this topic. Okay, so for this, explain why in AGrader we learn explanation. There are two types of explanation question. Okay, this is not to answer this question. It is not an experiment. They didn't give us any result for this particular part. So it's describe 2 steps only. 2 steps. DS. Okay, describe about how is oxygen being released by floating plants, and the second step, science concept. All right, which is the process on how oxygen is being released. Okay, and where would it be released to? Okay, so how are you going to answer such question? Okay, you need to say that the oxygen produced by the floating water plants during photosynthesis is released into the surrounding atmosphere and not into the water. So you must explain why it does not help at all. Okay? So oxygen produced during photosynthesis is released into the surrounding and not into the water. That's the comparison you have to make. Hello. Okay, you understand for this? Any questions for this so far? If it's submerged plant, then it will work. Floating plant doesn't work. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so let's move on to question 6. And this is your P5 topic. I hope that you all can remember. All right, so this person made some observations about seeds from both the fruits. Always remember to highlight key important things. Okay, and based on the information, explain how fruit R disperse its seeds. Now, highlight fruit R. Students always like to make careless mistakes, then never see properly, then talk about fruit Q. Then after that, you don't get any marks at all. Okay, so can you tell me first, all right, based on what you can see for fruit Q, what method of it was so fast, y'all. Yes, by splitting. What method of dispersal? Okay, these are by splitting. Right? But fruit are actually by splitting also. Okay, fruit R is actually by splitting also. How do you know that it's splitting? You see the lines of weakness, okay, or lines of tension. Some schools says lines of tension, some schools says lines of weakness. All right, so these lines are the part where it split open. Initially, it was closed. Okay, so but if you look at the seed, right, seed with fruit, the seeds of fruit are have an additional wing-like structure. So if they have wing-like structure, means it's also dispersed by what? Oh no, okay, Piggy. Why do you have so many accounts? Okay, very good. So that means it's by wind dispersal as well. All right, so Fruit R is actually can be dispersed with two methods. All right. So for this, based on the information above, explain how it is fruit R disperses seeds. So the first thing you need to do, this is not an experiment, so it's only a two-step answering technique. D, describe. S, science concept. Okay, so for D, always describe about based on the based on what you can see, the method of dispersal. Okay, so talk about the method of this describe the method of dispersal for the fruit first. Second step would be what is the function of that wing light structure or the function of this pod-like structure. Okay, you can also say there is a pod-like structure, or you can mention the lines of weakness. Okay, all right. Yes, very good. Thank you for all your answers about wind. Very good. Okay. Why someone asking about Kahoot again? Ah, not Kahoot. Kahoot is already done. Bohemian Rain, yeah, but you talk about only one thing. You need to talk about the splitting part also. So mention the structure. It has pod-like structure, or you could also say it has lines of weakness. All right, so I'm gonna write that down first. Let me describe the seed first, okay? So I can say that fruit are dispersed its seeds by splitting and by wind. Right? So how would I know? They said based on the information, right? So I need to describe the information provided for us. Okay, it has pod-like structure, which will, let's talk about the function, split open forcefully when right. Okay, so I got my D, I got my S. Then I need to talk about the second one, about my dispersal by wind. Okay, so you need to say that, and the seeds were light and with wing-like structure to allow it to stay afloat in the air. I move up a bit, okay? For a longer time and be dispersed further away from the parent plant. Okay, so every time they ask you to explain about dispersal, have a good habit to mention the last part, disperse further away from the parent plant. No idea. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the key things, okay? So you must mention, okay, disperse its seeds by splitting and by wind, pod-like structure, split open forcefully. The seeds are light, with wing-like structure. Why suddenly become so big? Allow it to stay afloat in the air for a longer time and be dispersed further away. Yeah, because this one I have to mention two dispersal methods. So if you talk about splitting correctly, you got 1 mark. You talk about your wind dispersal correctly, you get another mark. Okay, everyone, okay? I'm gonna move on. You're writing, is it? Okay, I move on, all right? Still writing. I'm still alive. Why? I have, yeah, I'm still on the life. Why? Yes. What are you talking about? Album? Album. So funny, you. Okay, so let's look at the next one. So after the seeds from fruit Q and R has been dispersed, okay, the positions of the seedling are indicated in the diagram below. So now they are showing you the young plants. Seedlings means young plants. Okay, which one do you think it is? The one on the left or the one on the right? For fruit, highlight fruit Q, okay? Album. Did I mention a joke and I forgot all about the joke? Does anyone know? Is it the one on the left or the one on the right? Fruit Q is this one. Fruit Q. Fruit Q, do you think can it be dispersed by wind? Can fruit Q be dispersed by wind as well? Do you know? No, right? Okay, so no, very good. So based on this, which one do you think it should be? Would the parent plant be here and the young plant be surrounding it? Or the parent plant here and then the young plants are here? Left one or right one? Left or right? Left or right? Surrounding it. Very good. Okay, very good. So it's only by splitting. So it should be the one on the left only. Okay, very good. All of you got it correct. Most of you got it correct. So I should put a tick here. Okay, but now we have to explain. You all know how to explain? So always describe the method, then the location. So we know that what? So for this, because they are focusing on location, they're not asking you to explain how it's being dispersed. Okay, focus on the location here. So you need to describe about the method and then mention about this kind of method. Where should the young plants be at? The location of the young plant. Okay, so you need to say, oh no, why you all competing about the second? Oh no, it's okay, second place. So funny, yeah. Okay, so everybody. So for fruit Q, just now I see some correct answers. Can I check again? Make sure that you all know is dispersed by. I'm a singer. Mm. If you're in my class, there's one P5. If you're in my P5 class, there's one person who loves to sing. You can listen to him sing. Explosive action or splitting, right? So you need to say that Q is dispersed by splitting. So let's write that down first. So can you tell me those that are, if it's dispersed by splitting means what? Means where should the young plants be located? Will it be dispersed near to the parent plant or far away from the parent plant? Splitting actually is accepted in PSLE. I think that your teacher prefer explosive action. Yeah, both is actually accepted in PSLE. Splitting or explosive action is accepted. Whose school says cannot write splitting? Oh, near the parent plant. Very good. Okay, don't need to say about 2 meters away. Hello, I'm not calling you to measure. Okay, so you'll say hence the seeds will be dispersed near to the parent plant. So if it's dispersed near to the parent plant, the one on the left should be the correct one. The one on the right seems further away. Okay, so you must mention is by splitting or explosive action is fine as well. Why 3 learning hours? What are you talking about? Everyone, okay? Done? Okay, let me move on. This is our last question. So let's look at this question over here. This topic is on our energy topic. Okay? So why you're so happy? Since when I make a song, if I make a song, I want to release it and earn a lot of money. But I don't know, I didn't make any song. Okay, let's look at question 7. Question 7, it says that Sarah carried out an investigation using two rocks. Okay, she rubbed two rocks against each other as shown below. So let's highlight the key point. Always remember to highlight the key thing, okay? Rub against each other. So I'm very sure. Okay, can you tell me if I rub two things against each other, there will be what kind of force? Shine, that is fine as well, as long as you mention near the parent plant. See the top, this plant, this one. Kitty, Kitty, who are you? You sounds very sus. How do you know I have a class tomorrow morning? Who are you? So sus. Okay, so let's look at this. Are you following me? So after 5 minutes, okay, Sarah felt the surface of the rocks were hot. Okay, and yeah, this is about energy, not forces. Yes, but I just want to test your. If you rub it, if you rub two surfaces together, there will be what kind of force? Hello, what kind of force? Okay, very good. Okay, frictional force. All right. So these, when you rub things together, there will be frictional force. Later, I'll tell you why I want you to know that there's friction. Okay, so over here. Okay, so they already mentioned that the rocks were hot, and the person measured the temperature of the surface of the rocks. Okay, so based on this, let me go down. Okay, what? Kitty, why? Why you? That is a bit scary. How do you know? Okay, but never mind. Let's look at this. How do you know about me being friends with teacher Felicia? That's a bit scary. Okay, let's look at A. Okay, A. Explain why Sarah repeated her experiment 3 times. This is a standard answer, everybody. Can you all tell me? Standard answer of a standard answer for experimental question. Why must you repeat the experiment 3 times? No, WL. Fair test is to make sure that there's only one change variable. Repeating the experiment 3 times. Okay, I highlight another word, repeat. Repeating is not to ensure a fair test. Repeating is to ensure that my very good. A lot of you got it correct. Why is good? It's actually about reliability. Okay, very good. Why J also? Why so many Y? Accuracy, no. Accuracy is another thing. Don't okay, everybody don't mix up fair test, reliability, and accuracy. These three have different answers. Okay, so it is actually consistency also. Why you say consistency? To ensure that her results are reliable. I know that some teachers expect you to write consistent also at the back. Okay, but the one is not necessarily for PSLE actually. All right. So the most important thing is you mentioned that results are reliable. If you want to add in and consistent, it's fine. Okay, but the minimal thing that you have to write is about results reliable. Okay. Everyone okay? Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Fair test. Back then, it was to ensure a fair test. And ensuring a fair test means that I don't want to change any variables. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to move on to B. All right, so for B, can you all tell me what is the energy conversion here? Can. Shine can. As long as you mention results reliable is good enough. I know some schools say once, some school wants the word average, some school wants the word consistent. The one I think depends on the teacher, but the minimum they have to write is reliable and results. Okay, can you all tell me the first one? What do you think it is? Sarah, when she hold on to the rock, and she before she hold on to the rock, right? This energy, there's some energy in. Please circle the word in inside Sarah. So in Sarah, Sarah, how come Sarah can move her hands? How come Sarah have the energy to move her hands? Very good. It's because it has some stored energy. So if it's in, means that it is stored. So it is actually our chemical potential energy. Okay? Alright, so now next. Okay? Next one would be what energy will be converted to what energy in Sarah's hand? Very good. A lot of you got it correct. Fantastic. Okay, so it's kinetic because Sarah's hand move. Okay, next one. Okay, very good. So then the rocks also move, right? Converted to kinetic energy in the rocks because there are some rubbing. And because of this rubbing, that's why I asked you all, right? There is something called frictional force. And frictional force will give us what kind of energy? Okay, heat and sound. Very good. A lot of you got it correct. Okay, so it'll be heat plus sound energy in the rocks. Okay, very good. All right, so let's move on to the last question. I hope that you understand this part. You understand this part? Yes, very good, Piggy. Now I feel very strange calling you Piggy. Okay. All right, let me move on, okay? So very good. Now Sarah decided to rub two rocks at a faster rate. Okay, so now it's faster. After 5 minutes, the temperature now was 50 degrees Celsius. So if you look carefully, initially it hovers around 30 something, right? So now it is 50. Okay, so explain in terms of energy conversion why the temperature now is higher when Sarah rubbed the rocks faster. Yes, everybody, just take note that in PSLE, if you didn't write the word chemical, you just write potential energy. It is perfectly fine. Okay, but I wrote chemical because I know some school teachers still will penalize if the students were not specific with their potential energy. Okay, as long as potential energy is fine. Whether is it gravitational potential, chemical potential, elastic potential, if you write potential, it is fine in PSLE. But you depending on your school teacher. So if your school teacher wants you to write the specific one, then you have to. Okay, but PSLE not necessarily. All right. So let's look at C. So for C, okay, what happened is that you need to explain why the temperature of the rocks was higher when Sarah rubbed the rocks faster, and you must explain in terms of energy conversion. So you need to focus on describe what happens when she rubbed faster. Okay, focus on rubbing. So when she rubbed faster, there will be what? More or less of what energy? Do not start with more chemical potential. Everybody, the amount of food she have in her body is the same. So you cannot start off with there is more chemical potential. No, you straight away start with rubbing the hand faster. So you start with kinetic energy, okay? Good, start with more kinetic energy. Don't get tricked here. The moment you say that she has more chemical potential energy, you'll get penalized, okay? Because she didn't eat more food. Okay, so over here, we start off with rubbing straight away. No worries, okay? So we can say that when rubbing the rocks faster, comma, more kinetic energy will be converted to what, everybody? In Sarah's hand, is converted to what? Converted to what? Hey, not so fast. The hand first. Follow usually the top will give you a clue on what you must say. Is converted to more kinetic energy of the rocks. Okay, so very good. So it's converted to more kinetic energy of the rocks. Please use comparative words like more and more throughout, okay? If not, you will lose marks. So, more kinetic energy is converted to the final form, the final one. More what? Moving rock is fine. Moving rock is fine. So it's converted to more what? Do we need to talk about sound? Do you need to talk about sound here? Converted to? No need to talk about sound. The focus here isn't about sound. The focus is on temperature. So not necessary. Don't need to write about sound actually. Okay. So it's converted to more heat energy on the surface of the rocks. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna highlight the key things. So just put faster, converted to more kinetic energy of the hands, and it's converted to more heat energy of the rocks. That's why the temperature is higher. I didn't see a question cause a lot of I think your question get pushed up. What was your question, City Kitty? Okay, so we come to the end of the if you all have no questions, then just a gentle reminder, there will be TikTok on Wednesday, next Wednesday. Okay, next Wednesday, you'll be starting with P5 science first. Okay. When exercising, your chemical potential energy in your body is converted to kinetic energy of your hand. Then whatever your hand is touching or the legs is in contact with, there will be frictional force. So it's actually being converted to heat and sound. Same thing. Okay, bye. Yes, Piggy, why you ask that kind of question? Yeah, I do eat pork. Why? Oh, no problem. Okay, bye. See you. Bye. I'm gonna end the live, okay? Remember next week there would be TikTok live, P5 science, English as well. Bye. Bye. See you.